Greetings, fellow beings. Ho ho! It is a marvelous Monday, a Memorial Day Monday. It's a holiday. Remember why. Amazing things going on today in the world around us, and some not so amazing things we're going to cover here today. Hopefully, each and every one of you are out there hanging out and ready to enjoy a 6-minute daily with a little bit of bonus time. So much stuff going on. It's incredible. The box office is not fabulous. I would hate to be an executive right now trying to explain why we can't make money in movies anymore. Because guess what? They can't. Which we're going to talk about. But enough chit-chat. I need to say hello to each and every one of you. Or as many of you as I can get to because, hey, I'm being optimistic. It's going to be a big show. Huge, huge. And I know you guys all make it that way. Let's get to it. First and foremost, we have Morgan King. Good morning, Morgan. I hope you're doing well, my friend, on this happiest of holidays. Hopefully we can get our high roller stream in a little later today. Have some duties to take care of. We got Jeff L. Pearson here, otherwise known as Low Spec Linux Laptop. We've got Biggles Metz. What's up, Biggles? Jack Decker. Only 5 of us here? This also over on YouTube. It's everywhere, Jack Decker. And welcome. This is live. Oh, BMO Better is here. Good to see you. Al Humphreys is here. Great to see you. SFX F314 Sabertooth Raptor. Nearsighted Cyclops in the house. Randall Orser. And so many more. In fact, we got just another red shirt. Hail, Mr. Shirt. And a reminder that today is SFX F314 Sabertooth Raptor's birthday. That's right. Say happy birthday. Give him a cake. Cake time. We got Shrap 3D in the house. Lee Kindler says happy Memorial Day indeed. JPR PH1, good morning and happy Memorial Day. And the lovely Ruby Hoove. Good morning. Scott Cook is here. Good to see you, Scott. Stygian Dogs is here. Bad Bill. What's up, Bad Bill? Al Humphreys. Hello, culture. It's a bank holiday Monday here in the UK. Well, it's a bank holiday here. It's also a holiday here. So there's that. Oh, snap, says Joseph A. It's my birthday too, yeah. Okay, I added the yeah part, but it's Beatles. So happy birthday, Joseph A. Cake all around. Our great friend Keto Simple, who had a very early stream this morning. I saw you there, Dustin. Says, hails culture. Hail to you, my friend. Hoove is here. Says, good morning, CC. And Culturians, have a great Memorial Day indeed. If you have the practice of placing the flowers, well, today's your day to do it. On May 27, 1679, England passed the Habeas Corpus Act, reaffirmed the rights set in the Magna Carta that a citizen cannot be arrested without actual charge of crimes. Well, yeah. Unless you live in some of the cities. I've been watching some of these First Amendment audits, and wow, there's some really bad practices out there. We need more education for our amazing law enforcement. We do. They need to learn what they can and can't do. We also need to find out a way to make it illegal for policemen to lie. But that's a whole other conversation. Jim Watari, what's going on, my friend? We got Griffin out there with that history of the day. Thank you, my friend. Philip Gaming, what's up, buddy? Tim Whalen is there. What's up, Tim? Ruby Hoove extends the generosity and gifts a Culture Casino membership on this amazing holiday. Thanatos Felicitas is here. He got that wonderful gift. We've got BMO dropping the wonderful Chiba dog in the chat who passed away over the weekend. That's sad news. John Gibson is here. Hello. Dennis Williamson's good to see you. The Bat Cap, what's up? Film Watcher 96, hey. Who else is out there? Oh, the amazing Eric K, who's also a mod on Carumble. See, I can't say the name, but I can say the Big Green Machine. Maverick Pilgrim's out there. We got Janet Z hanging out this morning. Happy Memorial Day, Janet Z. Rob Altus, good morning. Good morning to you, my friend. Davina Duckworth, hello. The Animation Critic. And Dice Media Group, who extends the generosity with another Culture Casino membership out there. What was up? Given to release the McCracken. What's up? Let's see who else is out. Stitch is out there. Uh-oh. We got to go. Dave Cable. What's up, Dave? So many wonderful people out there. Tom Mix. What's up, Tom Mix? Pain Like Bane. Adam Pictures Productions. What's up? RJ Godzilla 81. It is. Ooh, 14 seconds. 13, 12, 11. Sunny Sunflower. Good morning and happy Memorial Day. All right, everybody. 6 minutes starts now. That's right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you're and whenever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6 Minute Daily. We have a lot to talk about, not a lot of time to do it in. 20 stories in all, so that's a ton. We've got so much happening, including Ted Sarandos talking about, well, maybe not comparing Netflix to HBO since they're so much farther in front. But I think he was speaking in terms of making high-quality products like HBO used to, and now don't anymore, because they're all in on the message, and, well, ever since the last season of Game of Thrones and, of course, the second season of Westworld, they've been proving it with everything else they've ever made. And a lot of those things are unpopular. Oh, also, Sarandos doesn't want to get into breaking news. He doesn't want to do the 24-hour news cycle because he knows that nobody likes them. More on that in a moment. But the girls on the bus don't go round and round anymore. They ended after one season. The Greg Berlanti failed project series is one of the last ones that was ever running over on the CW and Netflix. And let me tell you a little bit. Nobody cares. Nobody cared about this from the very beginning, and these types of projects, well, Greg Berlanti is going to find himself out of work unless, well, idiots over on the superhero side keep hiring for nonsense. Oh, speaking about nonsense, loan-out corporations could end the way that members of IATSE get paid. That's right. Normally, they would be serving themselves through an LLC or something similar in order to essentially escape a lot of the confiscatory things that happen to individual taxes. So most of the things that are oriented around their business performance get written off. Not anymore. This is not going to go over well with IATSE. America's most trusted news anchors are none of them. Let's say that this poll was very skewed in a way that I don't even know how to tell you. Morning's Consult did their darndest to try to make this mean something, and that, well, they went to a sample size of 2239. This is so misrepresents what people think, considering we already know the people that answer the phones and the people that will actually talk to them. So they didn't get really a broad sample size. This poll is irrelevant and dangerous because nobody trusts anybody other than maybe Tucker Carlson on this screen. Let's speak about things on the screen. Furiosa misfired in a big way. This is one of the worst box office weekends ever for a holiday, in particular Memorial Day. They're wondering when the summer movie season will rebound. Well, Deadpool and Wolverine's probably it. Maybe Minions. Not a lot else out there coming up that anybody's going to want to see. Look at where this went. Furiosa and Garfield, they kept moving the target numbers down from the 40s to the 35s to the 30. This is decades of lowness, and when they say that, they are talking about Temple of Doom not adjusted for inflation. This is bad. So bad that Garfield right now is tied with Furiosa for $31 million. In fact, it may not even be tied. It could be much, much worse than that because, hey, Garfield's claiming victory over Furiosa. We have just terrible, terrible news. 29-year low and a step down, a steep 36 percentage points falling from last year's number. There wasn't much to offer going into the summer, and this was one of the biggest box office times of the year. This film, Furiosa, not good. I went and saw it. Now, if you look at the video I dropped with Mr. H, Yesterday, I had given that to members first because we're doing that for members first. There will be a lot of those videos coming in the future where I have discussions with other creators about things that are happening that go to the members first and then are released as a general video. So you definitely want to be a member to get access to that stuff early. But look, I'm telling you right now, this is a bad sign for Hollywood. Everybody's walking away, but it's not just Hollywood because China box office has fallen off a cliff as well. Hey, do you remember this stupid ad from Miller Lite about bad stuff to good stuff? Well, Illana Glazer's back, let me tell you. Yeah, she's your comedy mother. No, she's not. She's trying to push a capitalism is bad message in Babes. Not sure this film's going to do any good. Not sure that her comedy tour is going to do very good. Speaking of not very good, BBC News presenter Maxine Croxall has returned to BBC. Boo. That's right. They're continuing to sue each other to try to resolve this. But yeah, an unpopular person's back presenting the news in the UK. Johnny Wachter, a General Hospital actor, was shot and killed during a suspected theft attempt of a catalytic converter. He was far too young to die, and it, well, points to the major crime problem that they have in California. Luciano Benetton is running away from the family company because the brand just lost $100 million. Woo, not good. Major retailers are offering discounts because of the massive collapse in, the interest by consumers because of inflation. Things continue to go up, so Walmart has ended its partnership with Capital One, and those benefits or bonuses will no longer be available coming up soon. AI is garbage, and let me tell you, Google's AI is worse because it's putting a lot of problems out there in front, and responses that it's producing are worrying experts, and me too, considering just what it was trained on. Speaking of what things are trained on, TikTok has new rules that is going to limit state-affiliated media and how they are received by the general public. In fact, Google is in big trouble because a judge weighing the proposed changes to Android app to prevent anti-competitive practices. Good luck. It's built into everything, including their search engine. We've got, something I can't get on the screen. China's latest AI, their chatbot, is trained on President Xi Jinping's political ideology. And if that's not terrifying, I don't know what is. And since I'm out of time, I'm not out of stories. We'll get to the fun one in bonus time. Here we go. 20 stories and all. Didn't quite get them all done. So I'll share them on the screen right now with all of you. Like this one. China's AI chatbot is trained on President Xi Jinping's political ideology. Not great. Yep, stark reminder that the ideological parameters that all Chinese AI bots should abide by. That's right, their Cyberspace Academy earlier this week announced the chatbot that basically is socialism with Chinese characteristics. By the way, that's kind of the chatbot we have now. Several of them. Even ChatGPT is kind of very much trained in political ideology more so than anything else. Because guess what? In a vacuum where nobody has their thumb on the scales, the radical leftist ideology doesn't win. No, it does not. Anyway, the shaving cream record. That's right. Shaving cream and table tennis balls earn this man, Mr. Rush, 171st world record. He's trying to get 250 of them in all. That's right. He did this as a single, but he also has done it. He's done the same accomplishment as a team. And right now, 171st concurrent held record. That's right. Which means he tied with somebody else. But amazing stuff. Yeah. He's going to try to do that again. But pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. If that's what you're into, anyway. I'm not, but I wanted to show it to you. Anyway. All right, folks. Let's get back to it. Let's say hi to you all. You are killing it in the chat. I see the chats flowing in. We got Mutant Bamhammer out there. We got the lovely Penny, and we have 2 birthdays. SFX F314 Sabertooth Raptor is out there with the birthday. Let's see. Who else do we got out there? Lots of folks. But early on, we had multiple birthdays. I'm trying to remember who the other one was. One of our friends out there. I'm looking. Who else's happy birthday was it, folks? Do you remember? yell if it was yours, because I don't remember. I'm getting old. Mr. Rush has too much time on his hands. Get a real job, says Purple Yoda. That's right. Hey, Tim Hayes is here. What's up, buddy? And there's our favorite polar bear, Snortopus Cuber. Yeah. Man, I cannot believe what happened over the weekend at the box office. It's just worse than I thought. Happy birthday to those celebrating. Yeah, because I want to sing, and I can't sing if I don't remember who it was. Hey, Mariella Newworth is here. Good to see you. FKHC 2005. Hey, look at that. It's that 70s rock fan. How's it going, Brian? Happy Memorial Day to everybody. Indeed, M-Tax Shark. We started the day wishing happy Memorial Day to everybody. And for those of you that placed the flowers on the graves, more power to you. It's a tough part of the day. Oh, Joseph A., that's right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, SFX 314th. Raptor and Joseph A. Happy birthday to you. There you go. My voice is not in tip-top shape this morning, but good morning, happy Memorial Day, and happy birthday to the both of you. Let's see. AI is dangerous. Didn't we learn that from the movies? I did. Hope you did. Is this live? What's going on? Is this live? Hey, just another red shirt's over on the big green machine, Crumble. That's right. There aren't any more blockbusters. I mean, outside of Wolverine and Deadpool, which has to make $1 billion to make a profit because of just how much money it cost and how much money the ads in print are going to be on it, which is the promotional campaign, media. Oh, your fiance's birthday is tomorrow, 58. Congratulations, Mariella. That's amazing, or congratulations to him. Yeah, it's also Joseph A's birthday. Thank you. Matt G's in the house. What's up? Disney is killing entertainment. Actually, yes. You can actually blame the fall of all these other studios on Disney because of their success up until like Endgame, right? Everybody wanted to pattern themselves after them, including DC and everything else. So DC chased a multiverse with an auteur that was a terrible choice, with terrible ideas and extremist view of the world. And here we go, And then terrible tragedy happened in his life and things otherwise went sideways. And they brought in other people to try to change things, and that was it. It's just not going well. Oh, Ruby Hoove and I are going to see Garfield tomorrow. I hear mostly positive things out of the film. So there's that. At least it's a good family film. So Tom Servo, Papa CC, what's up, Tom? One of my favorite characters ever. Taylor will save the M she uses, Rugo. You think so? You think so? She'll beat up both Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm not sure about that. I think even if Dazzler's cameo is real, I'm not sure about that. Streaming and Marvel dying have hurt the movie business. Yeah. Well, they did it to themselves, right? We said that was going to happen. I've been saying it for 4 years now. And guess what? It happened. It's been happening. Not good. Oh, Philip Gaming, no, I'm not missing the point at all. A Day of Remembrance can be both sad, tragic, somber, and celebrated. But no, I understand where you're coming from here, my friend. I really do. Yep. Film Watcher 96 says, I swear the Terminator might end up being a movie based on on true events in the future. Well, if they keep plugging AI into bots, yeah. One of the only things I'm really worried about that Elon's doing is exactly that with the Optimus bot, right? I mean, I think we're on Gen 3 or 4 now, which basically the bot can observe things and then start to do them. That's wild. So, yeah, you're going to have some weirdness. Indeed. M-Tax Shark, hello. M-Tax Shark says the weekend box office just proves the toxic male audience is insecure with strong female heroes. Oh, are you sure about that? I know you're kidding around. That's crazy, though. It's crazy. Look, uh, eh, men can watch female centric films. They have forever. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, Alien. There's a lot of female centric films out there. Aliens. You've got Hunger Games was entirely that. Divergent was a poor excuse for things, but it's not the first thing. I mean, you could be argued that despite the fact that Bruce Willis is in The Fifth Element, that was all centered around a female protagonist hero because it was, or kind of it was a co thing. But I mean, there's hundreds of examples of that. I mean, think about the vampire tales that came out, Underworld. I always forget the name of that thing, but you know, I mean, there's a lot to it. So it's not. It does zero to do with that. It has to do with the message and everything. Good morning, Jillian Ann. I hope you're doing well. It's a marvelous Monday and U.S. Memorial Day. Indeed. Yep. Da-da-da-da-da. Oh, by the way, if you have access to nets that you can weight at the edges, those might be helpful against robo-dogs. Just saying. I'm looking forward to Beetlejuice as well, Hoove. I truly am. Truly. Wait a minute. DMG says, while late, it's Battletech's 40th birthday. So many things come from Battletech. That's true. Speaking of AI girlfriends will be $1 billion industry as Gen Z nopes out of dating. Thank you, feminism. Actually, I think you're going to find people that are based in faith aren't going to have trouble dating. I think it'll go back to you meet somebody in your town or your church through those types of circumstances. I think that's going to go back to being the norm. I think people are going to abandon dating platforms because, well, that's not really what it is anymore. It's the evolution of hookup culture, and I think that it's bad. Very, very bad. Hey, JB Spooky Review, I'm going to tell you something right now. Guns screwing up. The Green Lanterns thing that he greenlit with Tom King's involvement, that's a problem. That's a real problem. You know, this is true, Cynthia Carter. This is a great way to look at it. So if you have Xi Jinping's AI versus Google AI, yeah, the one that's preaching the destruction of humanity is the Google one. That's not a lie. And, you know, I'm going to get further punished by the tube. I'm getting wrecked, guys. So my channel's under attack is not a joke. They're actively suppressing anything that I do now. Tom H. says there's nothing to replace superhero movies. Well, I'm not sure I agree. I mean, you could bring in Westerns pretty easily. You could bring sci-fi things back. It wouldn't be that hard. It just takes a good idea. Ever see Colossus? The Forbin Project. It makes a great case for outlawing AI, RJ Godzilla says. I have not, but I'll take a look at it. Furiosa. Why you shouldn't be making $150 to $250 million movies? Well, you know what? That's a good statement. Let me tell you why. The things I intentionally cover stories the way I cover them in the way that I do for a reason. You know, I try to walk through the primrose path of what's happening. And misfire is a misstatement. This thing flopped hard. I said Flopiosa. I wasn't wrong. It just continued to dwindle down to nothing. You know, there's nothing to rebound. Everybody's out. 25.6 million between Friday to Sunday, which is a normal release period, which actually includes Thursday previews, which were not impressive, 3.5 million. So an estimated 31 million. What does that tell you? It's only going to work. It's only going to make 5.4 million on a holiday Monday. So both of the films are 31 million right now in total earnings through the weekend. You know, and look, they need to be worried. about their theatrical releases. Nobody's going to see them. There's a reason for that. They make garbage. The audience is tired of garbage. Stop making garbage. And then you won't have to worry about Furiosa and Garfield tying for $31 million. Of course, Hollywood Reporter says Garfield wins. We don't know yet. But we do know this number's true. 36% down from last year. That's bonker sauce. Yeah. And let's see. There's no holdovers to contribute to the massive Memorial Day picnic. Well, there's no picnic here, not for studios anyway. This is not going to work out well. And I'm going to say something that is going to irritate some people. Anya Taylor-Joy, whatever she says is her name. Yeah, she's not a box office draw in and of herself. She's just not. She's not. Anyway, we got a beautiful super sticker from my great friend Al Humphreys from across the pond at £4 sterling. It's proper money. It's a pair. Giving me a cup of coffee, which, sip of coffee for the working man. Thank you for that, because me and this show are supported by you. I appreciate it, Al. Tim, you're right. Streaming is cable 2.0. Tobor says, F out of here. That's right. Get the F out of here. That's right. Judicon, what's going on? Happy Memorial Day. Good Memorial Day to you, Judicon. Jason Dugdale said I can't read it. I want to. Channel Services wondering how much crime is impacting people's reluctance to be going to the movies as well. Hey, you go to in SoCal or NoCal, you go to a theater, Channel Surf. How many people are leaving their cars open and their doors and trunks open so that people can go, rob them, or realize there's nothing there to rob other than the car? Because that's that. We've got the lovely Penny, member for 9 months. Thank you, Penny, saying, Garfield was great, but grandson got restless too long. A lot of it comes down to age, as you know. So, and the fact that films need to be shorter for younger people. But we don't want to feed into the short attention span stuff, right? It's one of the reasons why if TikTok got banned and YouTube got restricted from doing shorts and Reels disappeared and all that, it wouldn't bother me any, because you can still use the longer form things out there. I think contributing to shorter attention spans is a bad idea. Hey, Tender Warrior 68, magnanimous Monday, and happy Memorial Day indeed. Thank you for being here, Culturians, all my culturites, culturinos. Y'all are amazing. Amazing. Yeah, Xena was incredible. Kill Bill was incredible. Uma Thurman killed it. She had an exotic look to her, right? B. Author is Maud, strong female in the 70s. Yeah, I mean, there were lots of them, right? JB, really? You don't think Beetlejuice looks good? I'm so much more optimistic on that. I understand. I think what you saw was the things that were familiar to bring back the old audience. And I think bringing in Jenna Ortega is the thing that'll bring in the new audience. At least they hope. We'll see. I've spent the day watching the making of Star Trek movies, and I'm up to The Voyage Home. And they have been more entertaining than the past 4 years of Hollywood movies and whatever streaming has to offer. You know what? The Purple Yoda? Understandable. What else is happening? Dobor says, this is why I don't post videos on my channel. Wow. Why? I'm curious. This is very true, Tim. I do have to be much more careful with what I say on the tube. Yeah, I'm very naughty for telling the truth. It's true. I am still not showing up as live on the sidebar. Yep, they don't like me. Nobody likes me. Everybody hates me. Open the pod bay door, Sal. No, Dave. Yeah, Sword and Sorcery does need to make a comeback. One of the reasons I think that our new intro for the H-Cast, your favorite afternoon evening podcast on Mr. H Reviews channel, that's why I put the intro together with Sword and Sorcery characters. So, yeah, Conan, He-Man will be coming up soon. I'm going to swap out Tom's character for He-Man. Of course, I'm in Krull. There's a lot of great things there. Apparently, that 70s Rock fan did a Colossus the Forbin Project stream. Wow. Check that out on that 70s Rock fan's channel. There you go. I think this is the correct instinct, right? Give us old man Mad Max. I think that's the right instinct there, Jason. I think so. Yeah, Rob, it was not a good weekend at the box office. I had 20 stories to get through today, and the box office took up the big batch. And look, consider this. It's not just here in the States. China's taking a hit right now. Not just because they are not putting that many American movies in theaters, but because they have a worse economy than we do, if you can even imagine that. Their middle class is nearly gone. Film Watcher says, I rewatched The Crow last night on 4K. That was actually better than Garfield and Furiosa, to be honest. Well, there's that. Furiosa looked cheap. Hey, a rate specialist. How's it going? Check out a rate specialist. Very awesome. Furiosa looked cheap. I don't need another girl boss movie, especially filled with bad CGI. It wasn't as much a girl boss film as you would think, but it certainly didn't. It's a Mad Max movie without Mad Max. If you watch the video I made with Mr. H, which again went from members to members first. That's going to be a thing, guys. There will be videos that are members first that release 24 hours before they go live on the channel for everybody else, which is fine. It's still great content, of course, but you just get early access to it. And that video between Mr. H and I is genius because we had a discussion. Believe it or not, Mr. H liked the movie, but couldn't explain away some of the stuff that I brought up. And, he had some great points as well. But there's ways to make that movie much, much shorter. 2 hours, 28 minutes is too long. 8 minutes of credits, that's about average these days with how many people are involved in these productions. So 2 hours, 22 minutes of film had 1 hour worth of content because of the auteur that, as I said eloquently in a couple streams now, and in that video specifically, because the auteur was huffing their own gaseous emissions, for a nice way to put it. Yeah, this is a special significance for my family because of the number of family members that were involved in all of those wars that you mentioned. So, yep. And this is true. Physical media sales used to make up for box office losses, as you say, and you are indeed on top of it for all the reasons that I know you would be anyway. But yeah, and that's the other problem. I mean, if you wash away physical media just because you're trying to control the narrative, and maintain control of your garbage so that your streaming is interesting, you're going to lose because people have not found you to be anything now. And the fact that look at what happened. You undermined yourself by releasing The Fall Guy on digital for sale 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks after it went up. I think it's 2 weeks. That's insane. You gave it 15 days, 16 days to make a profit. That's not going to work. You need to create, on that side of the equation, a rarity, scarcity. The way the market works is this. It's in the theater for a limited period of time, and then it's not anymore. And then it is released to the movie channels and to on demand and maybe a couple other places. And it rolls out the physical media sales, and then it, makes its way through the television cycle and on and on. You used to have 5 additional streams, if not 6 additional streams of revenue that would come in on these projects. Some of that's disc revenue, some of that's leases to things like Netflix and so on and so forth. HBO used to buy a bunch of properties. That's what HBO was. Home box office. A few months after the movie releases in theaters, it was going to be on HBO. So there's that. And once again, thanks, Penny, for the member message. It was great. You're not wrong. Most people don't know who she is. Well, she's got an exotic look, but again, very strange. There's not a lot to explain the fact for the appearance of Furiosa between this film and the next one, Furry Road. I mean, you have to rewind and realize that this is a prequel. Oh, by the way, 1 hour of young Furiosa is way too much, and that's part of the problem with this movie. And this is the thing. Thank you, Tom. You got there before I did. I didn't even notice. This is from 9 minutes ago. Streaming is killing the urgency of the new films. Yep. Nobody's watching that stuff. Yeah. Kate Archer. There you go. Culturians. That's right. Okay. I will... JB, I'm not being contrarian here. I just hope you realize that. But Beetlejuice is Memberberries the movie. I would say it's Memberberries the trailer. I imagine that there's a little bit of fan service spread throughout. But if it's all fan service, I'll be on board with you. I'll talk about it when I review it. But it's one of the few films I've been I will be looking forward to, I should say. I just want it to be good. Yeah, people I know and my friends and everything else, the people I interact with daily here, and the people that I really respect their opinions on, they won't influence me one way or another about whether I like something or not. They just won't. I mean, like you said, everybody makes fun of me liking Showgirls, so I just lean into it because it, to me, kind of fun. Tober, you are correct. Backlash is the correct word. There is some really weird intersectional stuff that's in this film, Razzie Fingers, Furiosa, especially at the beginning. And again, in a post-apocalyptic world, you aren't going to have a lot of people leaning into some stuff that, how can I say it? It would be counter to reproduction, let's say. Again, there's stuff in there like they definitely cast people so as not to be phobic of anything. There were some check boxes in it, but again, I mean, the world has diversity in it, so I can't even fault that. What I thought was great is they did cast some little people in roles, which if you're not the one dwarf that has canceled all other dwarves after he pulled up the ladder behind him, then there's a real issue there. Oh, good news, Tim. Maybe it's a refresh issue, but I really appreciate that we have both the big green machine, which my chats are over here on the right on the chat monitor, but the green machine is doing well over there. And if you don't know, I'm over on Crumble. You can find me over there, and of course, I'm not saying the real name because you can't do that on the tube. But the big green platform. I'm over there. I'm closing in on, I think I'm a little over 700, almost 800 now subscribers over there. I'm going to try to grow that platform, which means I'm going to drop videos over there as well. I've dropped 4 movie reviews over there, and I'll be dropping, well, obviously all my live streams are there, but I'll be dropping more stuff over there as well, including the little chat that I had with Mr. H. So there's that. Yes. Sword and sandals. Yeah, that's another way to describe it. I'm going down to the garden to eat worms. Yeah. Wow, I'm way behind. Oh, sorry, guys. I may be skipping you to get to things like this amazing little super chat from our good friend Bad Bill for £1 sterling. Proper money. Thank you, Bad Bill. And Cynthia said this the kindest possible way. The world generally is in a tough spot right now. Yeah, we've got terrible, terrible leadership, a lot of weak men, and, some overly empowered other voices that really are destroying things. The first segment of the movie, 30 minutes, is, oh, no, you're 100% right. There is definitely that. It's just not, what would I say? It's not going to hit people exactly that hard. But no, you're right. The sniper thing and the thing that bothers me the most, and let me know if you agree with this, Razzie Fingers, but the ridiculous amount of time the two lesbian partners take to push their heads together while the motorcycles traveling at high speed are traveling away from the person that's on horseback. Horseback is weird. Horses are not going to catch those motorbikes if they're gone for an extra 3 minutes or whatever it was for them to have that moment. And the reality of doing that ability to snipe at long range on a moving target in conditions that, you have wind and all this other stuff as efficiently and effectively as she's able to do, sniping them from that range. Yeah, there is stuff in there that's definitely got that in it. No lie. Dice Media says the entire problem is the constant remaking of things. Yes. Yeah. You're remaking better things. And look, I'm going to say it this way. It's going to irritate some people, but these were made by better men. And be mad at me if you want. But it's true. These were made by better men. Better men were making better things. Weak men who make weak things. Or maybe even weak something else makes poor things. Honestly. That's it. You are so risk averse in Hollywood that you are destroying things. This is also true Is This Live. Why would you make a prequel to a film that didn't perform at all? Because it didn't. And I like what was just said in the chat, Trinoculus P. My tolerance for intersectional hijinks is null. Mine too. Look, Furiosa is just a bad movie. I think I gave it a 5 out of 10 because there were some intriguing things in it. I want to tell you something right now. Chris Hemsworth was the best thing in the film, and I was rooting for him knowing the outcome of the film anyway, right? Because he's a better character, and he's a better actor. Anya Taylor-Joy, I don't even know if she's an actor. Oh, Razzie, no, wow, I just caught up with Razzie's comments. No, you and I are in complete agreement about that. Yeah, where is that? Sorry, I'm so far behind, guys, on these. Yeah. No, look, you and I are on the same page. Lots of intersectional feminism in this. No doubt about it. By the way, I try not to say the fem words because, again, those are things that are being flagged by the AI. And by the way, our videos are not really reviewed by humans, hardly ever, unless you actually request it and force the issue. It's all AI garbage. Which is one of the reasons why I'm being pushed down. Plus, they don't like my thumbnails. So. Razzie Fingers. I love it. I love you guys. You're so much fun. Is This Live from Canada for 5 Canadian bucks says, in the post-apocalypse, the woke are not food for thought. They are food. That's right. Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing. I was like, there's the very first scene after Furiosa's kidnapped and the little community in the green place is roused to attention that they have someone that's, been captured by the horde. There are more than one parties there that would not exist in that period of time. People who have massive mass just wouldn't exist. You wouldn't have people that were on the more than obese side of the equation, I would say. So yeah, very true, and thank you for that. Rambo is hard, not as hard as Furiosa's mom. I agree. That's a wonderful take. Yeah, Mr. H and I, that's the one cool thing about he and I. We cannot disagree. I mean, and it's fine. The conversation's back and forth. It's just the way it is. And funnily enough, on this film, we just didn't. He thought it was good, and I didn't. And I could have, that video could have been 2 hours long. That conversation, because there's so much to pick apart. There's more to pick apart about this film, which happens to be incredibly long, in 2 hours and 28 minutes, than there is anything else, which is why it's not doing well on film. It's just not. It's not good. No, it's not good at all. Yeah, I love this. You guys are great. Rob Limpton. What's up, Rob Linton? Good to see you. Says, yo, late. Still buying house. Awesome. Lots to do. Good luck. Weakness is now called sensitivity. Othery theory. Yes. I watched a little bit of Queen's Gambit, Running with Scissors. Sorry, I didn't highlight the comment. But I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen a difference. I don't know. I didn't see a lot there, but I'll finish it, I guess. A lot of people think she's an actress. All right. Yeah, it's the F word, but not the one that's used as a utility word for anything. An adjective, a noun, a verb, adverb. Actually, it can be used as a pronoun. It's one of the reasons why the countries that don't have the censorship that we have here, they're just, our censorship's kicked up a notch too. And this is a good question. How and why are these 80-ish-year-old white male directors coming back and promoting these woke, stupid themes using their own old IPs? Ridley Scott? No, I don't know. And congratulations, Ruby Hoo, for being a member for 1 month. And I appreciate you guys' support. You have no idea. We got another super chat from Mamad. Mamad! Oh, Buckaroo Bonsai's awesome. Love that movie. Oh, thank you for policing my grammar. Donut Lord's watching Jaws. Awesome. Really, really awesome. My friend was going to take his wife to see Furiosa. I said, save your money. Then I listened to Mr. H and Red Letter Media and just told him to give it a go. Wow. Okay, careful. Okay. I don't know if that's... I wouldn't go see it. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't even... Look, this is a film I can't even recommend on streaming now. And the farther I get away from things... I've always said this on my channel. The farther I get away from things and the more I've digested it and looked at what the content of it really was or what the the storytelling was really like, I usually things fall further down the scale. If I were going to do, let's say I went back to every video review I've ever done and reevaluated the film, through a new frame, through the period of time, I think almost every single film would score lower. There's not a lot out there that would score higher. Just the truth. Eric K for $5 says, one cool thing about Fury Road, Immortan Joe is Toe Cutter from Mad Max. I still hate the movie, but cool. You know, I liked, again, the things that were good in the movie wasn't the movie. It was the characters. Like I said, Dementus, played by Chris Hemsworth, is the best thing in the film. And it tells you that everybody's wasted Chris Hemsworth. He's a much better actor than he's given credit for, just because he's a big guy. He gets cast in big guy roles. And I think that if you were desperately searching for something good to say about Ghostbusters 2016, 2015, 26, whatever it is, it might be Chris Hemsworth. But, yeah. Anya was the best thing in the New Mutants movie. I don't think she's a good actress. It just depends on the role. I'm going to watch Queen's Gambit all the way through, get through it. But at a certain point, you just lose me. I mean, if I weren't paying to go see a film, or if I weren't being given the opportunity to see a film, you know, I wouldn't stick around the theater. I mean, there are times that I've been tempted to leave a movie. The worst movie of the year is still Challengers. This is a terrible film. God awful. And that's saying, you know, that's even after Madam Web. Let's just be honest about that. Dune 2 is overrated. Overrated. I found it underwhelming story-wise. I prefer the 3-hour Lynch version. It managed to... the Spice Diver? Yeah. To get more of the story and background than the 2.5-hour films. Yeah, 5 hours of Dune. Unnecessary. Hey, Luke. How you doing, buddy? Luke Korolowitz art. Korolowitz. I'll get that. It'll be a little easier off the tongue after time. And Othery theory is correct. The older directors are pushing the garbage in an effort to be relevant with their time past. Yeah, they most of their things were great things, and now they're willing to tear them down. This is how you know it's all about destroying Western culture, replacing it with the garbage, destroying history, replacing it with a reimagined one. You know, it's why I think WikiLeaks, Wikipedia should be eliminated, because it's garbage. It's fan fiction at this point. Wikipedia is fan fiction. There's that. Is this live for $5 Canadian? Thank you, my friend. Once again says, let's be honest, what we really need is a remake of Space Hunter Adventures in the Forbidden Zone. I think we need a sequel to Team America. But, hey, it's just me. Razzie Finger says the only reason Continental was good was Mel Gibson. I thought he was great in that. Look, you know, Hollywood needs to figure out that just because somebody isn't isn't into your ideology, they're not your enemy. And lots of idiots have said idiotic things. Lots of people who are blazed out of their mind or drunk out of their gourd have said some dumb stuff. A great movie maker. Well, yeah, I think I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of excited for Megalopolis, right? If Francis Ford Coppola delivers his vision. It's not tainted. I'm excited. Adventure of the Forbidden Zone is one of the greatest really bad movies. That makes it great. Well, hey, Monos Hands of Fate, right? Oh, Luke finished his comic, Tanya Lady of the Blade, and are now making my sci-fi comic, Intrepids. Awesome. Check out Luke's stuff. That's great. That's right. Luke Korolowitz. I'm going to get that down. I'm going to say that faster. It'll happen. I have American speak. Happy furry weekend, everybody. Yeah, I'm intentionally saying it that way. Furiosa. Matt Damon. Yeah, Spaceman, very good. Very good indeed. Bad Bill says, I'd be interested in seeing what culture the plane crash kids from MM end up with. We'll see. When are we getting Cultured Casino, the movie? The Weavening? I don't know, but it sounds good. It's kind of like The Quickening. I think I could do a satire or a parody of Highlander. That'd be fun. I will do a really bad Scottish accent. How's that sound? Yeah, Team America would be incredible. That's what we need. That's what the world needs now is Team America. Jonathan Conroy, hail. Mark, what's up? Jillian, you are one of the most supportive people on the planet. Thank you for being you. You're incredible. Ice Pirates, one of my favorite films. One of my favorite films. Yeah. I'm sure a lot of parents were like, what the flip? Oh, come on. It's not terrible. Ratsy fingers, there can only weave. There can be only weave. Yes, you can definitely be an extra. Yeah. Look, I think that'd be a lot of fun, right? Travel to, I don't know, Ireland or Scotland or whatever, and just do like a 3-day project shoot. And my budget's going to be like, okay, guys, here's Subway sandwiches. Thanks for coming. Okay, don't stab each other a lot with the swords because we don't have a medic on site. About to take the fog. Unearned opinion. How much money or how bad does does it have to get for Hollywood to course correct at this point? I would love to hear your take on this. Well, a lot of people have been talking about this. I think that you are miles away. I think you're miles away from what it would take at this point. Although there's a lot less outside money coming in, the powers that be are kind of shrinking how they're going about fighting their side of the culture war. They're at the let's try and keep what ground we have part of the engagement. And if the political sphere here in the States changes, you're going to get a lot of sentiment for pushing back on all the garbage that they've foisted upon the public for the last few years. I think you're going to see the biggest problem is the snapback because we always talk about this pendulum swinging. And I think the problem with the snapback is it's going to snap back too hard the other direction. You know, while we will get closer to what we lived out in the 80s with more optimism and things like that. Because the pessimism and the destruction now and the indoctrinated that have been through the education system in the last 16 to 25 years, those folks are going to be the ones that'll have to adjust and realize their problems. But what would it take? I mean, this year, I think it's quite possible if films continue to struggle and you see Deadpool and Wolverine just very much underperform the expectations of Hollywood. I think you'll see some shifts. Disney now is spending. It seems to be they're averaging $350 to $450 million on productions. They're making it impossible to perform, and I think the outside money is going to continue to dry up. And when you start to get people like me and Valiant and Pro, that Park Place, obviously Gary, but when you start to see us starting to be the prevailing voices, which I wish I could throw my hat into the ring there, I think you're going to see the Hollywood will have to shift. Right now, they're being criticized on multiple fronts, and they invited it themselves. Hollywood invited these problems. They invited the expansion of the unions and all of the things that come with them, including the ridiculous financial side of that. They invited people who are unqualified to write in. Instead of writers, they have propagandists, activists, people who aren't fully engaged in the process. They're using a vehicle. I mean, they're telling you. I mean, any like JJ's acolytes told you what they were going to do with Star Trek, right? I mean, Klutzman, right? I know that's not his name, but it's a great play on that. Klutzman is basically said in that Zoom call that everybody saw that it's a platform for them to peddle their baloney sausage, ESG, DEI, bridge, whatever fancy term you want to throw out, critical race theory. That's what they do. And they're going to look back and say, we collapsed the system that we rely on to exist with this ideological push that we allowed to walk in our door. Entertainment has been used as a Trojan horse for a long time. Culture and politics have intermingled forever, but in the United States, we were hopelessly optimistic at our most successful points. It led to innovation and growth and cultural influence, I should say, around the globe. What's it going to take? A year like this. If it, like I said, Deadpool and Wolverine, if it comes up really short and it stays in my expectation, they're in trouble, and they'll know it. Disney's in the worst shape though. They're so compromised. At this point, you have to get rid of you would have to eliminate your entire HR department that, also ties into the garbage of the DEI craptasticness that they're being sued for. You're going to start seeing these companies lose. And if they don't lose, that it's going to keep rising to the point where it's like, you can't do this. This is discriminatory. Anyway, it is what it is. But if they take a few losses in court and they take more losses at the box office, I think they'll have to walk it back a lot. I don't know how investors are going to feel going into another terrible year and Nelson Peltz out there. And I don't think it's just that at that point it won't be 2 board seats. I'm going to go out on a limb and say they're going to take the majority of the board. It's been suggested, and not by some dumb people, that it's possible that there could be a takeover of Disney, a hostile takeover. I would tend to agree with that. Sorry, I went on and on and on that, so I apologize. Oh, yeah, the message is killing Hollywood, and we have to kill the message. True story. Rob's right. All these initials, Ponzi scheme. Yeah. I'm distracting you for playing online bingo. I'm sorry. Evil Ramen says, man, so many films that come out, I just have no interest in them. They look like they feel all the same because they are. You cannot get an idea past an executive at any of these big studios without being able to relate to something else that was reasonably successful, even if your film is complete garbage. That's what happens. It's been that way for a while, though. Just we had better things to pull from. And every once in a while, they hit a home run. Yep, this is what they wanted to do with their money. They want to lose it on the vanity, see how much I care, narcissism. Well, that's what virtue signaling is. It's just when you have billions of dollars, you can, shed billions of dollars worth of virtue signals. I can't imagine what the world would be like if the tech world was under control. Because if tech was under control and had legitimate competition, we would be moving forward in innovation. When we're not now. The message is craptastic. Well, yeah, I think I've said that. Any breaking KK news? Oh, I don't know. I mean, I haven't checked in recently with that kind of stuff. There have been some rumors out there or channels suggesting that she's finally done. I tell you what, when she announces a retirement party, I'll believe it. Because right now, I just don't see her walking out the door. Lots of people reporting that, she was on the hot seat a year ago. Based on reporting, maybe. But now, I don't know. I know that she's probably the worst thing to happen to Lucasfilm since George and Marcia divorced. That's what I think. Warmongers is correct. I mean, think about it. The perpetual war. It's the one thing. Okay, so I'm going to say something good about a Doctor Who episode, Bomb, which was just over. The one careful criticism that had already been done on the show before, also done by Moffat on Doctor Who, was that war, perpetual war, is part of the plan, right? It's to keep all the war dollars coming in constantly, because one of the things that you need in war is more and more musicians and technology and planes, and you name it, and people. That's the unfortunate side of that equation. So, and if you're trying to reduce world populations in given areas, war does that as well. So, anyway, I got to dip out of here pretty quick, guys. Let me try and catch up. CC says, living through a lost generation. That's what's happening right now. We're actually a generation and a half right now. But let me tell you, there are some younger folks that are not buying into the garbage. Truly. They can see it for what it is. Mark says something that is surprising, because I even think this will do more than what you're suggesting, but Deadpool Wolverine gets $550. I think it's going to be closer to what the other films performed at. But if adjusted to inflation, it's going to be far worse. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, this film's going to make $1 billion." If it doesn't make $1 billion, it's going to lose money, like every other Disney thing since Endgame. Now that we know the actual numbers on Doctor Strange, we know that that's underwater, and we figured it was anyway. I can't imagine what the Marvels lost, and when that number becomes public, the final number becomes public, going into another shareholder meeting, with Peltz and Musk and Peter Thiel and Bill Ackman and all of them standing there with their shares going, this is going to change. Either that or a hostile takeover. Is this live? My answer to this, my Canadian friend, is no. But then I look at your country and never thought that the Chinese would be so influential there. My goodness, Anonymous Gamer, that's terrible. I'm so very sorry. My prayers, my friend. I don't know what to say. Those losses are... I'm so very sorry. Prayers for you, my friend. Rob, it was great to see you. Thanks for being over on Crumble. You could be on Crumble too, and on X, because hey, guess what? I have comments on X that come over as well. I got all three going simultaneously. If you're watching me on anywhere right now, make sure you're still subscribed. Hit the thumbs up button, and if you're watching on the replay, hit the comments area as well. It actually helps with engagement. I will be back later today on the Monday Meltdown over on Comics Division's channel. It'll be a special one. And I've got 2 videos that I'm trying to put together. One of them about Doctor Who, which will be released later today, and one of them about what the future holds for all of this stuff. Because I think there's a larger discussion to be had about the box office and everything else that's falling apart at the moment. On that note, I appreciate each and every one of you and just want to say, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya. The magic word of the day, the password of the day, is Garfield. See ya.